Hi everyone! Today we are going to make a delicious Thai coconut curry soup. So it is vegan, it's going to be dairy free, and it's going to be super healthy. So we are going to use sweet potato, leeks, and carrots as our base, and we're going to add some other delicious and healthy ingredients into it. So come take this next few minutes and watch this with me so you can do this at home as well and create a delicious healthy meal in approximately 30 to 40 minutes.
Be sure to wash all your vegetables. Peel your sweet potatoes and carrots if you really want to. Chop all your vegetables into small pieces. And grate your garlic and ginger.
Okay, so now we're going to add our onions that we chopped up. I'm using two different types of onions. The more variety I find, the better the flavor. So once you have added the onions into your coconut oil, you want to kind of allow that to simmer a little bit. So we are adding the ginger as well. As I've mentioned before, we want to get those spices and flavors to come out even more. So now we take the coconuts and make sure it's real. So you don't want to use the cans, they don't taste as good. So you can go to the store, you can actually get them, the actual coconut, if you know how to cut them open, you can get them fresh wherever you are in the world, or going into your freezer section of the grocery store, they also have young Thai coconut meat, for example. So we take the coconut meat, the inside, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of water to make our sauce. So we're just going to blend that together and have a nice fresh coconut sauce ready to go for the soup. So now we're going to add in our simple ingredients. So we have leeks. They are tiny little leeks, so they're not the thick ones that you normally see. They're small ones straight from the farm, nice and fresh. Obviously wash them and chop them up into smaller pieces. Once we've added that, we come to our carrots. Now I've added a couple of pieces of red pepper just to give it that nice Thai flavor. So I'm going to throw that in there along with the carrots. Now from here we've got our sweet potatoes, and as you can see, it is already starting to oxidize. Do you see how beautiful it is? I just chopped this up like about less than 3 minutes ago, and you can see that it's turning brown, which is a good thing. It means it's nice and fresh and there's less chemicals being used into its growth. So I've got about 3 different types of sweet potatoes here, only because, actually 4 different types, only because the more variety I find, the better in flavor. So we add that in. As you can see, the pieces aren't too big. And last but not least, I've got a couple pieces of basil straight from the garden out front. I'm going to be using that with a little bit of cilantro, nice and fresh. Once again, from the farm, choosing local products is super important when it comes to tasting really good meals. So once we've added everything together, now I'm going to fill it up with water and I'm going to put it on the stove for it to cook.
Fill the pot with your veggies, half of water, half with your homemade coconut milk. Add in your lime kaffir leaves.
So once you've scooped in as much as you can into your blender, let's get this thing blended to make a nice creamy soup. It might take you a couple tries, but don't worry. Just have another pan ready to add everything together in. Okay, so once you've added your last blended ingredients into there, we'll put that aside, and then we're going to mix this together. So this is where we start to test and see how things turned out. So I'm going to take a quick tester. Incredible. So what I'm going to do here, I notice I need a little bit more salt. So guys, make sure when you're using salt, you're using good quality salt. So whether it's Himalayan salt or Celtic salt or a good quality sea salt that comes from a good source. Here I've got a really nice fleur de sel. So it's actually gray salt from France with marine phytoplankton added into it. So this is going to be super healthy as well, on top of giving it a little bit of that delicious flavor of minerals. So once we've mixed that together, I'm going to add a tiny little bit of pepper just because it needs some. If you need a little more coconut milk, this is the time to use it. And also if you wanted to add a little bit more lemongrass in there. So I actually used kaffir lime leaves this time, but if you wanted to use lemongrass, very good. And it's an extremely good one when it comes to Thai cuisine. It's their staple, right? So on top of that, I'm going to use lime. I want to give it that nice flavor. So I'm just going to add a little bit into this and then mix this together. It's also nice because it's also a natural preservative, so it'll keep your soup a little bit longer in terms of shelf life. So once we mix this up, I'm going to give it one more little taster. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
Enjoy this delicious and healthy Thai curry cream soup. Please subscribe to my channel to receive health recipes and more. Until next time.